What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I just want to focus in on Alexander Khokhlachev taking his talents to the KHL next season, as the former second-round pick will not be back with the Bruins organization. Obviously, not the best day for the Bruins to know that they let such a talented offensive player walk out the door. He led Providence in scoring each of the last 3 years, and the only thing he got to show for it was 9 games in the NHL, which is kind of bullshit, but. I wish the Bruins gave him, more of a look. I don't want to say it's a chicken or the egg thing, but I think had they instilled confidence in him, he would have done a little bit more at the NHL level and not been, the. I don't want to say the word bust because he's 22 years old and has looked excellent in the AHL, but I think had the Bruins allowed him to play some power play time, gotten some top 6 minutes, and gave him a consistent look. Things would be different between the player and the organization. But here he is back to the KHL, and I don't fault the kid for 1 second. He did his 3 years. The Bruins didn't, give him the opportunities that I think another franchise would have, and they weren't going to trade him to give him what he wanted, which is get him to a team that would give him the chance to play consistently in the NHL. So go back to the KHL, do his thing. And the Bruins still holds his rights, so there's a possibility he comes back to North America. But I just don't see that happening as long as Claude Julien is behind the bench of the Bruins. You can't fault Julien for being a great. I mean, for as much shit as he takes in this town, he's probably the best coach in franchise history. I mean, he helped the team win their first cup in 4 decades, and was he's been an architect of some really good teams outside of that. But his work with young players, going back to Phil Kessel, Tyler Seguin, not so much Pasternak, but maybe to a certain degree. And even now, Khokhlachev, I mean, am I putting him in that same stratosphere? No, but I just feel like a different coach would have, let him do his thing and instill some confidence in him and, see if he could have been a productive top 6 player in the NHL. But not even, like, having overpaid veterans in the bottom 6, like, Chris Kelly, I would have liked to have seen Khokhlachev be getting those minutes last year prior to Kelly's injury. And no disrespect to Max Talbot, but I would rather have had Khokhlachev in that role last year than Max Talbot. Give me some youth and excitement rather than a veteran that what he's going to give you at 32. Especially for a team that last year and the year before to the same level didn't exactly have Stanley Cup aspirations. So we'll see how it all shakes itself up, but definitely not the best moment for the Boston Bruins organization, letting a pretty talented offensive player walk out that door. Anyway. That's all I got this episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes for the playoffs and beyond. Later, guys.